Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Rent to Retirement YouTube channel, where we talk about all things real estate and bridge the gap between education and actually investing. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell below to stay up to date with our videos. Today, we're gonna talk about the quickest action you can take right now to get invested into real estate, and that is saving up your money. But with a twist, we're talking about complete personal financial optimization. I'm gonna share some personal financial strategies I've used on my own for you to consider, implement, and hopefully save up some money for your first property. For instance, on a $100,000 investment property that's a single family home found on the Rent to Retirement inventory, or anywhere for that matter, we're gonna need about $25,000 to $30,000 to fund this deal and secure a mortgage. You'll need to take action today on your personal finances, and I'm gonna show you exactly how. So let's talk about this down payment, because this is gonna be our strategy. We're gonna get a down payment and secure long-term financing on like a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. The reason we need a down payment is because lenders need to know that you have skin in the game when it comes to granting you a loan. And lenders usually want to see a 15 to 25% down payment. If you don't end up putting 20% down, you might have to pay for private mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, which is essentially just an insurance policy on your mortgage protecting against the risk of you not paying. It's really up to you if you want to pay for PMI with less money down, or if you just want to continue to save for that 20-25% down payment. In my opinion, the sooner you can buy real estate, the better, so you can benefit from the tax advantages, the appreciation, the cash flow, all that great stuff. So at first, don't sweat the PMI. Also, you can always refinance and just get rid of the PMI after you get to that 20% equity position in the property. Just remember, lenders are there to help you. So be honest with them and tell them where you're at with your personal finances and how you can create a strategy with them to get approved for a mortgage. After all, lenders are not lending out their own money, or they're not lending out their own money for very long. They're gonna take those mortgages and sell them into the secondary market, which are often backed by the federal government. Lenders do have to follow specific guidelines, so you have to fit into the box that they spell out for you. However, the more loans they make, the more money they make. So they're here to help you. Today, I'm not really even gonna say a word about cutting back on your lifestyle or not going out to eat as much, because nobody really wants to downgrade their lifestyle. I don't want to do that. Sure, if you have the willpower to cut down your expenses big time, I applaud you for that. That's amazing. But this video is going to be taking another look at coming up with more money at the end of each month to fund your first deal. So I hope all the ideas I'm about to give you will open your mind up a little bit to show you just how easy saving for your first down payment and property can be. Okay, now let's get into the actual strategies for saving up that down payment and securing financing. Number one, let's talk about the strategy of offsetting expenses. Banks and other lenders consider income versus expenses as one of the most important metrics when approving you for a loan. In order to have a more favorable income versus expenses ratio, we'll want to shift those expenses into the income category. The idea of offsetting expenses is this. Although you have large liabilities in your life that you're required to pay, such as rent, a mortgage, or a car payment, you can find ways to offset those expenses without having to get rid of those expenses entirely, or like I said, downgrading your lifestyle. First, you could offset your housing expense by having a relative, a friend, or even a vetted stranger move into your extra room, guest house, or basement. This will result in a collaborative and flexible situation, as you now have another person paying into your housing expenditure pot, freeing up about $600 a month, let's say, as much needed cash for your down payment. Having another person in your household would also help contribute to chores around the house, such as lawn care, shoveling, etc. This can offset the cost of those services that you once had contracted out. Look at all this offsetting that we're doing and actual saving of money. That is so much less hassle than actually downgrading your whole housing situation. Another way to offset one of your large costs every month is by renting out your car to cover your car payment, or maybe even make a little cash flow on top. That $400 a month car payment just got offset to zero with the $400 you made from car rental income. This will mean another $400 a month that used to be an expense that's now income or offsetting to zero. So you're saving $400, and couple that with your housing offset of, let's say, $600, we're now saving $1,000 a month. Remember, target those large expenses first, like housing and car payments. Depriving yourself of a Starbucks coffee once a week for $8 isn't gonna make a big dent compared to $1,000 like we just offset. Lastly, you can offset expenses and help your case for a loan by getting yourself a good cashback credit card. I know what you're thinking. Sam, you're telling me to go get a credit card to save for a down payment? Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you to do. However, this is under the assumption that you don't go out and rack up a huge ball of debt. Banks are gonna go check your credit to see if you're good with loans, and credit cards are exactly that, an unsecured loan or one that is not backed by collateral. If you use a credit card responsibly and pay it off in full each month, lenders are gonna love to see that and your credit score will go up dramatically. If you're making purchases with a debit card or cash, try transitioning over to a cashback credit card. Not only will you get to build your credit, but this type of card will give you somewhere around 2% cash back on all of your expenses. You can then have your cashback credit card deposit all that cash back into a savings account where you're keeping all the money for your down payment. It's a great way to put aside a little bit of money all the time without even thinking about it. I actually made over $1,000 last year in cashback rewards. Our second big main idea is hiding money from yourself. So we all know that saving is hard, but why is it so hard? Because we can too easily spend, that's why. As Tim Ferriss, the author of the 4-Hour Workweek, would suggest, it's important that we add friction points into our lives to stop behavior that we don't want to happen. But as far as saving for your down payment, you need to make sure you're sacking away money before you can spend it. This means having your direct deposit from work deposit into a savings account and then having to manually transfer that money into a checking account to spend. Now that's friction. This could also mean just bringing a $20 bill out to dinner or the bar with you so you know that's all you have to spend for the night. Number 3, another psychological saving tip for you is to track all of your income and expenses. You can just use a pen and paper for this process, or you can automate it by using mint.com or youneedabudget.com. Either way works. The point is, what gets measured gets managed. Keep an eye on your finances at all times, and when you look up, you'll notice that you are so much further along than your peers in saving for a house that don't. Okay, so that's what I have for you today in order to save up for your first property. If these ideas just don't resonate with you at all, please go back and watch my previous video called 10 Ways to Fund Your Real Estate Deals. They'll show you how to buy investment properties with OPM or other people's money. I think you're gonna really like that video. Remember to go absolutely crazy on those buttons down below. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Just do all of it. I've absolutely loved making these videos for you guys. And with your support, we'll just keep them coming out. I really appreciate all of you who are joining our community and our entire team at Rent to Retirement that makes all of this happen. So if you're interested in learning more about what we do at Rent to Retirement, visit us at www.renttoretirement.com or any social media platform. We'll see you on the next video.